we may actually be living in a more and more crazy country than I thought. I mean, I've said before, in general, and even on this channel, at certain points, like London has just completely gone to pot over the last couple of years. It's just not the city I knew it to be when I was a teenager. And a lot of people feel that same way in a lot of regards. I suppose some people would feel it is now the London they grew up with. I suppose it depends on where you live. It's not like I lived in a good area, but you always knew there was something that could happen, and that's the risk of living in a place with a lot of people. Most people are not crazy and stupid though, and they don't bring machetes to a cinema. But apparently it has indeed happened. This was news a couple days ago. Didn't want to talk about it because it's sort of political a little bit, even though it's more social, I guess. But it's about movies, and that's something which I love. It's a big part of my life. And the film Blue Stories got pulled from cinemas, specifically View, after its first day of release. And I think it's become a worldwide story, very quickly. Then Frozen 2 was getting claimed that it's a violent film because people were attacking in a cinema that was playing Frozen 2, but it was actually because of this film called Blue Stories. It's a gang film, basically. Well, that's a strong thing. It has other themes to it, but it is a film about London gangs and the reality of a lot of people's lives in the capital and I guess around the country and around the world. The problem is, I don't agree that View should have taken the film down, but I understand them taking it down. Like, I don't think they maybe should have taken it down, but from their point of view, from a business point of view, from a safety point of view, it's crazy to say it, they may have been right. Because apparently there were over 20 incidents of gang-related violence at cinemas in the first 24 hours of the film being released. Someone brought machetes. There was a 100 gang fight in one of the cinemas. They had to get police involved. Like half a dozen policemen got injured. And I think with all that, they probably made the right decision, because what would happen if one of these stupid motherfuckers ended up running into like a Frozen 2 screening and doing something stupid to a kid in Frozen 2 or a parent or whatever it is. I think View... Am I changing my mind? Thinking out loud is sometimes good. It gives you perspective. I may be changing my mind. I think maybe they were right to ban it in that case. Maybe they were right. Wow. That just doesn't sound like something I would say. And View came out and said that was basically the reason. It was the fact there were so many attacks in such a short time frame. And it's not, as I said, it's not a cinema's job to provide security to its customers. Like, they're not in the security business. They don't do that. They don't have private security. They're in the film business. Distribution. It's not the same thing. They shouldn't have to provide that. Trust me, the margins for cinema chains are already small enough. We don't need another cost being thrown upon them, because, I mean, they'll just go out of business. You're not supposed to have a threat of violence when you go to the cinema anywhere, but your guards are down, you're in a dark room with limited exits. It's like, well, you probably don't expect to be attacked, especially there. It's a communal experience. It's somewhere which, in my opinion, is sort of like sacred in a lot of ways. It's where anyone can come together and sit and experience something all as one, which is a great thing. Apparently not to some. Whether the film is good or bad, I don't know. It's probably decent, because the guy who made it is the guy who made that YouTube series that got a shit ton of likes, and a lot of people engage with it all across the world, specifically in the UK. But wow, now I'm a bit iffy on Showcase though, because Showcase said they're gonna show the films. They're gonna show the film. I don't know if they're just doing that now just for the sake of it, because View, took it out of cinemas. So Showcase have now said that we're gonna do it, maybe to just look like the big man. I don't know. That seems a bit sleazy from Showcase's point of view. I don't know. I mean, they're an independent company. They can do what they want. They're not connected, but not sure I agree with that. And people are comparing the violence here to like when someone did something with the Joker, when the Joker came out, not the Joker, bloody hell, The Dark Knight, when The Dark Knight came out in 2008, and someone went into a cinema in America and did some mucked up shit. I don't know how many people were taken, but it was a very, very shitty thing, a very sad thing. And the argument, I guess, was that was one case. And people saying that, you know, that film got played without, like, security and that type of stuff, and it didn't get pulled because it was a big film. But this is slightly different. It's not like this was one case. This was over 25 moderately large incidents, violent incidents, in the space of a day. Like, I don't think they're the same thing. While I don't think anyone got killed, in this particular case of Blue Story, a lot of incidents means there's a higher chance of something happening. So I guess I've talked myself around this. I agree with you now. Wow. I guess I'm easily swayed. Or I just think logically. It could be the other one. It's probably not, though. I'll probably get called out for saying, you're banning free speech, which I support very, very strongly. But when free speech directly leads to violence, I don't think it qualifies. I think it's a tough one, you know? It's a tough one to judge exactly how it works. The problem with this now is some people are calling this racist or classist or people not understanding gang culture, and it's supposed to be a positive film to stop those types of things. And I get that, and that's why I agree with the fact that it probably should get played. But with this much violence that is occurring at the cinemas, I don't know what other choice they had. Maybe it's brought some people together, but apparently people can't, you know, put their dicks away for a second and watch something and maybe change their minds on certain things and see that, I guess, human life is what it is, and instead just causing havoc and chaos, which is what they did by going into cinemas and doing this. I think it's a very, very bad... It's a bad look for the culture. Like, it's a bad look for the guy is making this film to try and encourage people to not do this. By making the film now, he's encouraged people to do it in a way. It's crazy. It's not his intent. He doesn't want that, obviously. Who wants that? But it's sort of quantumed round and sort of mucked the entire thing up. This guy's probably pissed off as hell, the director, the creator. But I think he's one of the people who are also saying the thing about it may be a bit racist or whatever by pulling the film. I don't think it's that, man. All right, I really don't. It's the same thing. If the Joker had come out in the UK and then there were 14 white supremacist attacks at cinemas, trust me, the film would have been pulled from cinemas. It's not up for debate. There was just too many violent attacks. That's genuinely that's what it is. That's what it is. And I hope that eventually people see that this type of stuff shouldn't happen. They should maybe, it's hard to say grow up because they're adults, some of them. But it's like, just understand that we live in a world where this type of stuff you can't do. We're not in 1327. You can't do this type of shit. You can't do it. You just can't. It doesn't work, unfortunately. Fortunately, actually, let's be honest, fortunately. We don't want those things en masse. It's not good. It's no bueno. So, yeah, I hope this dies down. I hope people stop calling it whatever they think it is in terms of racist or classist or not understanding certain cultures. And I think that eventually people will understand that maybe after all of this talking, it was the right decision to cut the film. Who knows? It'll be watched on streaming. It will get picked up and then anyone can watch it when they want. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's the fact of it. So, see you tomorrow. Make a video every day. See you tomorrow. If you don't know, I make a video every day. See you next time. Skadoosh.